Good evening everyone, welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm doing Spitfire issue 66, then I'll be doing the Terminator 116. And I have a co-host which is B40F20.
Right, Eagle Squadron. Tonight we fly with Captain Langley. Chain Home has reported 300 plus bandits and their escorts on their way over very shortly. And I'm quite certain they aren't just dropping by for a spot of tea. So let's man our kites and head off into the wild blue and meet the enemy. Over to you, Captain Langley.
Thank you, P40F20. Right, shall we quickly go through the comments?
Alrighty. Scroll up here a bit. With the gold star is Warren James. Hi, all.
Hi, Warren.
And then we have Dave Mack with silver, also sometimes known as Not Chris. Good evening, Eagle Squadron. Time to get your kites in the air. Jerry is about to pay us a visit. Blast them out of the skies, and good luck with your builds, Adrian.
Thank you, Dave Mack.
And then we have bronze, Justin Summerfield. Hi, Adrian. All the Spitfires. Hi, all. The Spitfire stand, does that come with the build?
Yes, I believe so. The base will be coming with a build. All the figure what goes onto the base will be in the last 20 issues.
Okay, next we have, come on. Mine won't come up. There we are. Justin Summerfield. Hi, Dave Mack. And then we have Dave Mack saying, hi, Justin Summerfield. Next we have Dave Mack again, Justin Summerfield. Yes, the base comes with the Spitfire. You have to build it each week or month. Next is John's Model Making. Evening all. And that catches us up with the chat.
Right.
And whenever you're ready, Adrian.
Yep, just change camera angle.
Whenever you're ready, we can do this parts check.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Fitting a second motor to the support bracket. Parts checklist. Part 6601, motor and cable.
Yes.
And then we have 6602, cable label.
I wonder how many labels we're going to end up having at the end of the build.
Well, we'll soon find out.
Yep.
And then part 6603, 3 PM, 2x4mm screws, 1 spare.
Guess there was 3. I've got 2 in there left because I already put the spare one away.
And the tension begins to mount as Adrian prepares to start this very difficult and exacting build.
I'm going to just move the tie down there a little bit further down there. Right, step 1.
Step 1. Take the motor and cable 6601 and the label 6602. Remove the label from its backing and wrap it around the cable close to the connector. Adrian
Yeah,
has deftly pulled the label off its backing and is now going to place it onto the cable.
yeah. Try and match up the end so it's all stick together. Okay, that's nicely stuck. I'm going to leave the cable tied up the moment because this one here, I tied it back up again afterwards.
And the tension is now released. Adrian has successfully put the cable on the label. Next, step 2, if Adrian chooses to do it, use the battery box 12-03 and test circuit board 12-02 to test that the motor 6601 is working.
Guess I am going to. What I'm going to do is actually set the pieces tape on there so you can actually then see that spinning around. Plug that in there. Right, let's turn it on. There we go.
Round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows.
Yes. Right, that works. Of course, anything gets fitted over this motor, we'll never test it again until it gets plugged into the main circuit board it gets plugged into. Any motor basically already fits to the aircraft, which I could test before I fit anything to it. I've tested them, but now it's been connected to other things. I won't test them again because I do have a circuit board which I can reverse the motor, but the circuit board we've got, it could be actually going the wrong way. So I'll leave it until they tell us when we can test them again.
Alrighty then, ready for step 3, Adrian?
Yep.
Okay, take the bracket and motor assembly from the previous issue. Thread the cable of motor 6601 down through the large hole in the center of bracket 6402.
Before I continue, I noticed with the instructions with this one, the colours is the opposite way around. But I actually gone by where the circuit board is to the motor. It's a shame the actual colours and match. Basically, it's could be in a slightly different mode where it's being wired up. Right, pop the wires through there.
Now, step 4. Fit the motor 6601 against the bracket 6402. 2 screw holes on the motor, blue arrows, aligned with the screw holes on the bracket, green arrows.
Yep,
and
that's one hole there, and that's the other one there.
And then step 5. This shows the motor 6601 in place on the bracket 6402. Make sure that it is the correct way round. Obviously, Hachette needed to expand the instructions a bit so they wouldn't end up short on pages.
Could be, yeah.
Finally, we get to step 6, and you get to do something, Adrian. How exciting. Fix the motor 6601 to the bracket 6402 using 2 PM, excuse me, 2 by 4 millimeter screws.
Yes, these wires being glued on after being soldered, and I'm actually going which way the motor goes around is by the red wire is actually more to that way, and the black one's that way.
Well, I really don't think it'll make any difference because
Yeah, I
it's
don't
just
think
going
so,
to the
but
circuit board.
yes, I'm going the way, not sure way.
While you're doing that, I'll catch up on the chat. We have John's Model Making saying, evening all. We have Dave Mack saying, hi, John's Model Making. John's Model Making saying, hi, Dave Mack. Dano Build saying, hello, everyone. And John's Model Making, wow, I joined at the right time. Another label. And that brings us up to date with the chat.
Thank you. Right, they're both nice and tight. They're not yanked tight, but they're both tight.
And then that brings us to completed work. A second motor has been fixed to the support bracket.
Oh, yep, it's going to be fun what all these motors are going to be end up being for. And next week's part is
your next set of parts: a motor, cable label, and screws. For all you cable label fans out there, next week is one you don't want to miss.
yes. Grab the next two parts for the next build.
And whenever you're ready, Adrian, we can go through the parts check.
Okay. Actually, there's no two comments. Do you want to go through those two?
Okie dokie. John's Model Making. I am drooling P40 F20. And Dave Mack, laugh out loud, another motor with cable with a label. How many more after that one? Only Hachette knows for sure.
Yes.
Okay. Now we are on to the Terminator. Fit additional base details and attach two backing panels. Glue extra detailing to the base and reinforce and protect it with the first two backing panels.
Right.
And our list of parts: 116-1, second backing panel for base assembly.
Yeah, it's a shame they're not actually creating these panels to actually go across the two plastic panels. They're almost to each segment of the base.
And then we have 116-2 circuit board cover.
And this is actually metal.
That's interesting.
It's more of a weight basically to hold the Terminator up when it's fitted.
And
Because I reckon those 2 points there is where the hole will be in the bases. Roughly.
And then we have 116-3, 5 PB 3 by 6 millimeter screws, 1 spare.
Guess there was 5, and I put 1 away.
Okie doke. You will also need a fine crosshead screwdriver, super glue, and a cocktail stick, the base assembly from issue 115, unused parts from issue 115, which are 115-4 and 115-5 details for the base assembly, and 115-6 backing plus screws.
There's the 2 parts for the left over from last week. That's the other backing plate. I've got the other part handy in a second. Oops. Right. Step 1.
Okie dokie. Step 1. Identify the fixing recesses for details 115-5 and 115-4 on base section 112-1 and check the fit.
So I just covered my screwdrivers. This isn't. Right, let's have a look at these. Okay, so this one will hopefully test fit into there, and this one will test fit like so. Okay.
Okay, then, if you're happy with how they fit, on to step 2. Apply super glue to the large tab on part 115-5, inset below, and fix in place on base section 112-1.
Okay. As it's a big, nice big tab, I'm going to just do the glue straight from the pot. If it's a small little tab, I would actually use a cocktail stick. But as it's a nice big area, you need to put some glue on. Right. Let's pop that one in. That one's done.
Alrighty then, step 3. Apply super glue to the large tab on part 115-4, inset below, and fix in place on the base section next to part 115-5. Allow the glue to dry.
Yes. Tab of glue on there and pop that one in, hopefully. Now anchor in. They're both in.
Deftly done. And if you're ready now, step 4. Carefully turn the base assembly over and check that it's well supported without damaging the searchlights and details. Take the first backing panel, 115-6, and check how it fits on the underside of the base panel 112-1 so that the screw holes are aligned. You know, I just can't help but think it might have been better if they would have had us do some of this stuff before you glued all the parts on top.
Yes.
Of course, the searchlights would have had to have been there anyways, I suppose.
Well, yeah, it would be nice to have the option of doing these parts now or later. Parts do I need? It's this one here. Right, in the image you've got the 4 hours, one going to there, one going to there, one going to there, and one going to there. Put that into place.
Okay, if you're happy with the location, step 5, fixing the back panel 115-6 in place with 4 PB3 by 6mm screws.
Got that one started. I'm going to go around and get them all started first off.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. It might not matter, but I'd rather.
Well, there are.
If you take one corner down and the hole doesn't line up correctly, if it's nice and loose, at least you can.
You got some wiggle room then.
Yeah. Just tighten it up, go and tighten up the last one. Okay, those 4 screws are nicely tightened up top.
Excellent. We are ready then to move on to the next step. Step 6, fit the backing plate, fit the black backing panel, 116-1 in place on base section 113-1 so that the screw holes are aligned.
Right, that's one pillar for the screw. That's the other one. That's the other one. And that one there. And that's going to you might find for the metal base plate one come to fit it.
All right, if you're happy with the position, step 7 has us fixing the backing panel 116-1 in place with 4 PB 3 by 6mm screws. Same as the last one.
Yep. I just had to find where my screwdriver was. End up rolling underneath it.
Looks like you're putting together a giant jigsaw puzzle.
Yes, doesn't it? go around, start these screws off. So I meant to move on to the next image, didn't I?
Oh, we've had just a bit of chat come in from John's model making. I have to leave. Catch you all later. See you, John.
Okay, thank you, John. Thanks for coming, John.
And another one from Dave Mack. You would have thought that the backing plate would have been a whole sheet to make the base more secure and stronger. Well, that definitely was my thought, Dave.
Yes, it would have been nice if it was complete. Or actually, if they had patches going across between two segments. Like that could be one piece across that section, and add the piece going across that section to make the joint even stronger. But at the moment, we're relying on those brackets there.
Well, hopefully it'll all work out correctly in the end.
Yeah, that's two screws done up nice and tight. Okay, that was nice and tight.
All buttoned up?
Yep.
And that takes us to stage complete. Details have been fitted to the base assembly. 2 backing panels have been fitted to the underside. The heavy panel 116-2 will be fitted at a future stage.
We shut them out. I'll just put it back in its packaging until next week, or when we need to work on it again. And next week's part is going to be.
And coming next time, another backing panel is fitted to the base of the model, together with a battery box. Ooh, looks like that sucker holds 4 batteries. Wow. Must suck up a lot of juice.
Oh yeah. The lights could be flicking, you know, like coming on and coming off, basically. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that you're carrying LED, like coming on and coming off again, coming on. But don't forget, you've got the circuit board to work.
And the sound.
Yes. Change camera angle.
Right, you lot out there, all watching. Let's be hitting the thumbs up button, shall we?
Yes. Thank for your assistance tonight, P4F20.
No problem. Glad to help.
Thank you. And thanks for everyone for watching tonight and commenting. And please, guys, yes, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you can subscribe, it would be nice, and plus hit the thumbs up. And it's goodbye from both of us. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.